I think so. On most teams.
Yeah.
Great hands by Caden. Vision on the skip. Now Bullis is going to be out. And Stevens is going to slow it down instead.
Angelo, at 8, you can come set in Kansas. All right, you're going to set in Kansas.
Like, what is the strategy here to use the time off the shot clock? I mean, are they just trying to slow the pace of the game down?
I think
Yeah?
you don't want to get into a track meet with Columbus. I
Yeah.
think that's certainly a possibility, but good pass, nice extra, good closeout by Caden Boozer. Columbus can hold for one here. They're staying in this 3-2 zone. I would think long and hard about switching man given the success they've had. There you go. Gets Boozer that point blank touch, and that is just too easy. Screen the middle of the zone. You run a cutter up the baseline. Boozer's wide open in the middle.
How special has his high school career been? Cameron Boozer and Caden.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's talk about them both in conjunction because
Yeah.
they've been aligned. I don't
Yep.
think they've ever played apart, have they?
No.
From USA Basketball to Knight Riders to Columbus.
And not
they've-
only that, but sometimes I can speak on this because I get annoyed with my twin sister, and they room together. They like being around each other. They like working out together with their
How are we
dad.
gonna? It's Sarah, right?
Lisa.
How are we going to hate on Lisa? She's just sitting there in California and, poor Lisa.
But they are just so good, and it's going to be really fun to watch them at Duke next year. I mean, do you think Caden will have the ball in his hands? Do you think John Shire will, placate to the chemistry and the tandem that they already have?
I think that Cam will step right in for Cooper, and Caden will get immediate minutes. I'm not sure that he's the starting point guard next year,
Yeah.
but I think he's ready to play for sure. And there, you see just that basic UCLA action coming off the back screen, Cam to Caden. This was that big-time move by Ryba there. For a 7-footer to be able to put the ball on the floor and make that shot is really impressive. This time it's Caden to Cam, so you see the brotherly connection is going both ways. But it was, I tell you what, KP, it was a good first period of basketball.
I mean, just offensively, it's just a masterclass of execution with Christopher Columbus and what they're doing.
That shot by Dickerson, that's a high degree of difficulty to say the least. This move by Gaskin, finding Boozer in the zone. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that 3-2 zone has just been too easy for Boozer to hammer.
Yeah. Four-point game, though. It's felt very Columbus heavy, but it's still just a 4-point game.
It is, but this is the type of game that Columbus keeps playing and executing at this level that I think they're pretty confident things keep going like it's going, and they eventually pull away. Because Bullis needs more from Adrian Stevens, and they can't rely on tough shot making. Because when those Angelo Dickerson threes become long rebounds, they're going to lead to runouts for Columbus. I mean, to put it in perspective, Cam Boozer is now guarding Adrian Stevens, who's going to play the 1 or the 2 at Marquette, and Adrian Stevens can't go by him.
I really do feel like that's an area of his game, along with the three-point jump shot that Cameron has really honed in on and tried to excel at.
What did he tell you a couple weeks ago in Vegas about his shooting? Like he trusts his work, or what was the quote?
It was in Miami when we
Okay.
talked to him, yeah, and he just said, he's like, I trust the work, because he made some big-time shots. Talk about that Gonzaga game. It went to triple overtime, and it was the Cameron Boozer show. Like, they were down, and every time they needed a bucket, Cam would hit threes falling out of bounds or get to the rim. Like,
Yeah.
he was incredible.
Yeah. And last week's final, he had 14 and 7. So this is more than
a
just
trend.
the Boozer show
Yep.
now.
We haven't seen it yet, but Jax Richardson, number 5, he loves to play above the rim. And he tells his teammates, listen, if you have an opportunity, just throw it up anywhere near the rim and I will go get it.
And anybody who saw his dad, Jason Richardson, play at Michigan State or in the NBA knows he was one
Won
of
a dunk contest.
Yep, one of the best leapers of his time. And you can see where his son got it from. Eric Ryba committing the foul there. You can see Boozer going to try and face him up and take him off the dribble. But Ryba's been pretty good on the defensive end so far. All right, now let me ask you this. Ready? This is a very important question. What do you think of Cam's shoes? You like those?
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think?
Can't decide. I think so.
I
couldn't pull them off, clearly.
Neither could I.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a sneakerhead.
Really?
No.
All right.
Cameron Boozer at the line, hits this, he'll already have 10 points.
Has he missed a shot yet?
No, he's perfect. 4 for 4.
Got a couple of assists, a couple of rebounds. And I will say this. This is my favorite version of Cam. When he's playing within himself, not worried about being the alpha. The thing that Cam Boozer does better than anyone in high school basketball is win. If it's about who's the best shot creator and things like that, that may not be him. That may be AJ or Darren or somebody, Darius Acuff, but who wins, that's Cam.
Yep.
And when he sticks to doing whatever it takes to win games and doesn't worry about the other stuff, that's when he's at his best. Good job by Richardson pushing Ryba off the block. Good footwork. Got to step through a little bit more there, but got to his spot, got him up in the air. Just has to be able to step through and get to the rim a little bit more.
Still got the foul, though. You can see what they're doing defensively. They're letting him catch, and then they're bringing the help side and trying to double to get the ball out of his hands.
He's such a good ball handler. I mean, I think people recognize the shooting ability, but at 7 feet tall, he is an exceptional dribbler of the basketball. Gotta make those.
Yeah.
Too much momentum. Look out! Ooh.
That could have been.
I mean, he was coming down with a head of steam. At 6'10", being able to go behind your back and take off like that, I mean, it's pretty impressive stuff.
You saw Reva just try, he put his hands on him. He could have called a foul. Still couldn't stop him.
With the development of players like Jackson, players like Richardson, the addition of Gaskins, I really think this Columbus first five is as good as anyone's.
Yeah, it's going to be a treat when we see them face up against Link on Sunday. Link Academy. Chris Sinak. They've got so many. That team is so good. I just saw them in Vegas. So
Jerry
talented.
Easter, Davion Hanna.
So that's the matchup.
Amari Bynum, John Clark, they're loaded.
We talked about the NBA scouts that are here. There will be even more on Sunday.
Yeah, that's tough to get that one on day 3. That's tough.
Tough, I know. But I love teams that don't back away from competition.
Yeah.
And that don't refuse to play people.
Stevens has got to get going. Bullis needs him badly.
You can see Dad Carlos on the sideline. He's doing a little coaching himself, talking to his kids, talking to his boys.
Does he talk to him much during the game?
No, but I'm watching him. He's talking to him.
Sit next to Mom, Cece.
Yep. And their grandmother.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Caleb Gaskins, as we said, just transferred in, but played with Knight Riders a lead as he finishes there. Very patient high-low pass.
Caleb Gaskins has a terrific mid-range game. What we saw there, great hands, good lefty finish. Columbus now extending this lead to 11. Really, it's been the defense, because there's finally a bucket from Stevens.
Yeah.
We've talked about how he needs to get going. Man, they're fast.
And Caleb Gaskins should have, I mean, he makes it there, but there's been some shots that have just rolled in and out for him
Yeah.
in this first half. I love to see Jackson Richardson guard the point up here. That's something that he really needs to work on and develop.
They are switching.
They're targeting,
everything.
yep.
Yep.
He just ripped that out. Gaskins with the foul.
Yeah, Adrian Stevens coming alive a little bit here for Bullis, and coming.
They're not going away.
No. I mean, you know, we've talked about how Columbus is more than just the Boozer twins, and when we say that, we say, you know, they've got two of the best juniors in the country, and then we talked about how Marcellus Jackson doesn't get quite enough credit, but I think Bullis is more than Adrian Stevens and Eric Ryba too. But
yeah, but you said that Stevens has to get going. They beat a very tough Dream City Christian team at City of Palms.
yeah,
They beat them 59-57, and Eric and Adrian combined for 42 points.
Ryba's got to make some
yeah.
free throws here. I mean, that's
I know he's now one for 4.
1 for 4.
Switching off on a man. Oh,
He's starting to make that shot more consistently. We haven't seen his extraordinary athleticism just yet, but the athleticism is his calling card.
Yes.
And when he starts making those threes, he's got a chance to be something special.
that's like a three-way threat offensively.
That's a tough shot. And like we said, those long jumpers lead to run-out opportunities.
Jackson Richardson, number 5 in white.
Good
Every time,
footwork.
good footwork, Caleb.
Oh! We said we hadn't seen it yet. Guess what? You've seen it now.
That is what he can do. You are always going to get one highlight SportsCenter top 10 dunk from Jackson Richardson every game.
I mean, that guy went up, he stayed there, and just hammered that ball.
And he,
See if we can get another look at that. Jackson Richardson, one of the best athletes in all of high school basketball. Watch this tip dunk.
his
Head on the
head
rim.
is on the rim.
Head is on the rim.
And he knows, like, he just jogs back down the court like
Yeah,
it's nothing.
That was nothing.
Like, if we talk to Jason Richardson after this and we say, oh my gosh, that dunk, he'll be like, I've seen it before. Nothing I haven't seen.
We've seen it. We see it every game.
Yeah.
I told you last week, City of Palms, the best dunk I've seen in person in a long time. It looked like it was a lob for Caden Boozer, and Jackson basically jumped over Caden and dunked the alley-oop on top of his own teammate. I had never seen that before. It was just incredible stuff.
His mom, Jackie, tells me that there are times where he jumps and he's careless and he'll hit his head on the backboard, or
I hate it
you
when
know.
that happens. Yeah.
But watch him think every time in transition. He will make a beeline to the basket looking for that lob. He's always looking up for that lob. And then he'll curl over and they'll start the offense with him on the right side of the court.
Mom and Dad sitting about 10 seats to Dan Hurley's left there. You see him in their picture, Jason Richardson in that gray sweatsuit with the black baseball hat on.
I mean, Jason's another one. He's not that super flashy dad where he's going to make it about him. Like, sometimes you don't even know that he's in the gym.
Yeah. Look out, look out. Ooh.
It's a little contact right there. Ref's letting him play. You can feel that dunk and what's that did in terms of just the energy for this Christopher Columbus team.
Yeah, I like to call those momentum-changing plays.
Yeah.
You know, they're only 2 points on the scoreboard, but what they do to the overall flow and momentum of the game exceeds just those 2 points.
Under 2 to go in the half. This has been a fun half.
Well, Bullis has really, aside from those 2 Adrian Stevens buckets,
Yeah.
Bullis has struggled to get things going offensively here. See what Ryba's got.
Here we go, showtime.
Look out below. What do you give that one?
I've seen that one before.
And again, we're judging
I
it on
know,
a
I
curve
know.
because it's
What is that, an 8 out of 10?
Jackson Richardson. Anybody else that's a 10. Jackson Richardson, it's an 8. But again, maybe the best athlete in high school basketball. Leaper, let's say that.
And also think he's just a junior. As he grows into his body, he's going to get even more athletic. And
He's long, too. He's got
very
those
long.
broad shoulders. He's
Yes.
got a frame that's going to support additional muscle mass. We've seen the progression of his skill set. Made that corner 3 earlier. You alluded to this earlier, but let's talk a little bit about what Jackson Richardson did last week at the City of Palms. Columbus goes into that, beats Montverde in the final, and I thought he was their most consistent player. This is his calling card here. Here's the tip dunk, head on the rim, throws it down, and then the next one, the breakaway, he's going two-handed. Well, you get another look at that one because
you have to.
Deserving of it. The next one is the breakaway. He's going two-hand windmill.
Off 2 feet.
Off 2 feet. This is big-time stuff, and it just makes it look easy.
Older brother Jace at Michigan State.
Exceeding expectations at Michigan State,
absolutely.
too. And this is a guy who was a top 40 recruit, but there have been times where he's been Michigan State's best player this year. You said he's mid-second round on your mock, right?
I would say.
I'm hoping he goes back. I think he's got a chance to play his way in the lottery contention as a sophomore. Tough shot. Pretty well defended, too, but Gaskin with that high release point.
High release, very nice touch. He's so physical, the physicality of his game. He's always been that way.
And he's always had that high release,
Yeah.
too. I think the areas that at least I've known a progression in, his ball handling, his footwork, and he's starting to extend his range a little bit. But the ball handling, the footwork, and really good hands,
and
too.
decision-making as well when he has, look, last year we saw a historic team with Montverde. He didn't get a lot of playing time, so that's tough. Yes, you're going up against the Cooper Flag, Liam McNeely, whoever, Derek Queen,
Asa Noel, Robert Wright,
every day in practice. But if you're not in a game-time situation, that's different. Ryba not able to make it fall. He's had a quiet half.
Just 2 points,
Yeah.
right?
Three points.
That's right, 1 of 4 from the free throw line, Here's Caden Boozer. It's going to be ball screen. Watch out for the lob coming out of the corner. They sink in. He's going to pull up. Got a little lucky there. Went a little too soon. Well, no, he didn't get lucky. Bullis is going to get the ball back. 5 seconds to go the other way for Stevens. What a decisive second quarter there for Christopher Columbus High School. Coming off the championship at the City of Palms, they lead the Bullis School 32-13. Cam Boozer got it started, but Jackson Richardson throwing it down in a big way and doing it more than once. We will be back with the second half. Stay right here. You're watching the NBA app and the NBA YouTube channel.